Hey guys, I'm Marinelle. So for my one class, we're talking about social media and how we present ourselves on social media and how we want people to perceive us and what kind of pictures we post to hold up this image. So I thought it would be fun to analyze my own Instagram. I feel like this is something I personally struggle with because I'm a journalism student. We've always been taught that if we do not have an online presence, then we basically don't exist, since the journalism world is so heavily focused on the internet. And yeah, so I always find myself caught between wanting to overshare and show what kind of person I am, but at the same time I have these moments where I'm like, I don't want nobody to know anything about me, honestly. So I'm really stuck between these two worlds where I want to overshare, but at the same time keep stuff really private and to myself. So I thought it would be fun to analyze my own Instagram account for this class because and pick a few pictures of myself from my feed that I will analyze and tell you the backstory on why I posted it, the real reasons why I posted it, and my actual real thoughts. So the first picture I'm going to analyze is this post I posted about my blog. So this was the one of the first major assignments that I posted on my blog. We've been taught in the journalism world that if you are not putting out your content, then nobody else will. So I use my Instagram as a way to advertise my work in hopes that one day somebody famous or something will come across my Instagram or a publishing company and be like, we want you to publish something. Honestly. But yeah, I want people to know that I'm a writer. I want people to know about my work. I want to share my work because if I'm writing, I want people's eyes to be on it. Okay, but when I'm not trying to give off this image of a writer and I'm just showing my everyday stuff, I am going to analyze this picture. This selfie took like 500 million thousand shots to get. And honestly, now that I look back on it, I'm like, I don't even really like this picture all that much. Like, I could do without it. I just I guess I was in one of those moods where I wanted to post something and I settled on that one. There's no really good reason as to why that selfie needs to be on my page. Now that I'm talking about it as to why I posted it, it sounds really fucking dumb and embarrassing, honestly. Like, oh, why did you post that selfie? And you're like, ... I love J. Cole. So if you go on my page, you will see so many posts of J. Cole. I went to so many of his concerts, and when I do go to his concerts, I take initiative to record video of the songs that I really like. He was the inspiration for my blog and my blog name. So my blog is called Love Your Story. It's a play on words, I guess, to his song Love Yours, where he talks about accepting yourself, accepting your story. I pull a lot of inspiration from songs and artists that I listen to, and J. Cole is aside from Tupac, J. Cole is my favorite artist right now and probably ever, because I feel like he speaks the truth and he's really putting out this message of being real and not feeding into fame and all this stuff to be quote quote cool. And it's I really like the message that he stresses, and I feel like that is a message that I also try to stress about being real, accepting your story, not trying to sugarcoat anything to get anybody's acceptance, but what really matters is how you feel about yourself, how at the end of the day, how you look at yourself, how you perceive yourself. If my Instagram could possibly get me an interview with J. Cole one day, I would be the happiest person alive. Not even just an interview. If my Instagram was to somehow reach J. Cole and he and I meet him in person and he just gives me a handshake and keeps it moving, that would make my whole life, honestly. So another post that I want to dissect is this photo. And it was in the Women's March in Oakland and I wanted to post it. First of all, that was not my sign, and I clearly say that in the post. I saw this girl's sign and I was like, yo, that's fucking dope. Can I take a picture with it? And she's like, heck yeah, do what you gotta do. So I took a picture with it and I posted it because I wanted my followers to know that I'm like feminist, like fuck gender norms and like power to the women and people of color. So I like looked at that picture and I'm like, yo, my eye bags are ridiculous. And if I put it in color, you can tell that I have not slept or have not been getting 8 hours of sleep. People won't usually tell you what they're insecure about. So I think it's like kind of fun to like examine my own Instagram and be like, okay, well, you saw this post. You probably liked it. If you didn't, whatever. But if you did, you would have probably never guessed that like I was contemplating not posting this picture because my ridiculous eye bags. I really take pride in being from the Bay Area. I truly believe that it has shaped me into being the person I am today. It shaped the way I think, the way I perceive things, and like we are just like in a bubble of acceptance over here. Like we are so accepting of anyone that's different. Like we are so progressive in that way, and I feel like being from the Bay Area, that really shows what kind of writer I am and what I believe in. And also I post a lot of pictures of my family, and like I just want to give credit to my roots. Filipino families are like really big. I take pride in being Filipina, a Filipino writer from the Bay Area. Like that is basically what I want people to know when they go on my page. I want them to know that I'm a writer. I want them to know that I'm from the Bay Area. Want them to know that I'm a J. Cole fan, a feminist. Like all these things that I am trying to get across to people just through pictures is like, it's crazy. Like you're low-key having mind games with people. Like this is how I want you to see me, so this is how you're going to see me. It's crazy. So yeah, analyzing some of my Instagram posts. I know that I have like almost 200 posts, so analyzing 5 doesn't really go in depth. But I do want to say that people do try to give off this certain vibe on social media, and I think it's cool and all, but like I said, it's something that I struggle with because I am caught between wanting to overshare and being like, this is my life, this is what I do, this is my boyfriend, these are my friends, this is my family. But at the same time, like sometimes I stop and think and I'm like, who even cares? Like honestly, who cares? And like I am constantly in this battle of like, do I share? Do I not share? Do I overshare? Do I undershare? And it's like, I think I struggle with it more than the average person because I am a journalism student and I'm graduating really soon in December 2018. So like I am a journalist. I identify as a journalist, a writer. And if I'm not on social media, then I basically don't exist. I won't have a following. People won't read my content. So it's one of those things where I need social media to put myself out there, but I haven't really found the middle ground of like how much is sharing too much, and like do I even want to make my life public and stuff like that, which is really ironic because like I blog about like really personal stuff, and like I feel like I have opened myself up to where people feel like they might know me personally and they really don't, but to the point where like people that are famous that like post every day and like you know every aspect of their life, I feel like I can't do that. Like I need some things I like to keep to myself, you know what I mean? So like, I mean, everybody goes through things, but I post a lot about my friends, about my family, about my boyfriend, about like I post about a lot of things, but it's not like you're gonna go on my Instagram and when I'm having an off day or something, it's not like you're gonna be like, oh, Marinelle just posted that she's like really depressed or like she's having a really bad day, you know? Like I don't go that far as to expose that part of my life because I like to keep stuff like that private. And I guess it's feeding into this, what image am I trying to portray online? I had a friend tell me that a friend reached out to her and was like, oh, so how are you doing? My friend's like, honestly, I'm not feeling all that great. And her friend was like, I would have never guessed, because your social media shows like what an awesome life you're living and how like good you're doing. And like I feel like that's true for a lot of people. Like we only post the happy things, and we don't really do that intentionally. Well, I guess I guess we don't really do that intentionally when we're like, oh, I just want everybody to think that I'm living a happy life. But you know what? Maybe people are like that. And they want you to think that they're like living the best life. But like, it's really odd. People will only post what they want you to see. And I think that's what a lot of people have to realize, that social media is like an outlet, but it's also deceiving, because it won't tell you the truth about someone. I mean, it's not like you, like, honestly, I feel like I'm a pretty goofy person in real life. Like my whole vibe is like whatever, I don't care, but at the same time like anxiety filled and always stressing about something. But you wouldn't think that by looking at my page. You always see pictures of me smiling, but really this is what I look like on a daily basis. And I'm not mad at it at all. And like, it all depends on how much you want to share, but just know that social media is a curation of what somebody wants you to see. They will not post what they don't want you to see, and there is so much more to somebody than the social media and the presence they have online. So that is that on that. Bye.